托能飞就不要上班了。
Go take a look at downtown Shanghai. Do you see anyone on the buses? There's not a single soul on the bus, and the streets are deserted too. Look around. How many people do you see? Where did everyone go? This year's overall situation in Shanghai has probably hit rock bottom. Today I met a friend who works for a government-affiliated unit in Shanghai. He found me through TikTok. He works at a state-owned enterprise, responsible for advertising and investment attraction. We talked for quite a while today, and he said it's really hard to make ends meet now, mainly because his income dropped last year, but monthly expenses haven't decreased at all. In fact, they've gone up. I looked at his income flow. His salary last year was just over 100,000 yuan, about a 20% drop compared to previous years. This kind of pay cut is very common. Don't doubt me when I say this. I've been working in lending in Shanghai for 5 years now, and during this time, I've met a lot of clients working in government units, and nearly all of them have had their salaries cut. It's 10 a.m. now. I took a walk around the RT Mart hypermarket near my home. There was nobody in the elevator, just me. This is what the supermarket looks like at 10 a.m. on a Saturday. Completely empty. Clothes are dirt cheap now. Everyone is cutting back on spending. Even mall prices aren't that high anymore, and supermarkets are even cheaper, like market stall prices. Shanghai, the most economically developed city in China, how bad has it really gotten? The current reality might be hard for many to believe. Today, I want to walk you through the real situation here in Shanghai. Wake up, everyone. I'm currently working as a delivery rider and freelance laborer in Shanghai, but even delivery work doesn't pay much anymore. It's mostly odd jobs just to get by. I don't rent a place anymore. I hope those heartless landlords go hungry. Where I stay, I have running water, electricity, and even some dogs named Lucky and Prosperity to keep me company. Under this bridge, there are all kinds of people: delivery drivers, gig workers, university students, electrical engineers, both low and high voltage, and even truck drivers. I don't have car loans or a mortgage. I earn and spend on my own. Life is actually kind of relaxed. Do you know how many people are unemployed in Shanghai this year? And where will all those unemployed people end up? Perhaps the end of drifting in Shanghai is just returning home. Honestly, this year is the hardest year to find a job. New graduates can't find work, and people who are already employed are getting laid off. The current wave of unemployment is truly severe. I heard this shopping mall gets 100,000 visitors a day on average. I can hardly believe it myself. This is one of the 3 largest malls in Shanghai. Take a look. This is Global Harbor. They say it sees 100,000 customers daily, but in reality it's nearly empty. If you gather all the people in one spot, it might look okay, but it's not actually crowded. Even the Manji restaurant chain has seen many of its locations shut down over the past 2 years. This luxurious pedestrian street in Shanghai, on a Sunday no less, doesn't have a single person walking on it. Look for yourself. There's literally no one. If this were a 4th or 5th tier city, it might be understandable. But this is Shanghai, the economic center of China. Even with 1.4 billion people in China, we still can't boost consumer spending? Can anyone tell me why the shopping malls are empty, the streets deserted, the pedestrian zones completely silent? Where has everyone gone? I truly want to call on people to support traditional businesses, to support the real economy. As you can see, the atmosphere is gloomy everywhere, business is stagnant, and there's no sense of life in what should be an international metropolis. Let me show everyone part of the current state of Shanghai's real economy. Ladies, take a look. This is Chipu Road. There was a time when shops couldn't rent out space fast enough. Now, no one is even interested. The whole market is filled with "for lease" signs. Some landlords have even given up collecting rent. They're just asking tenants to cover the management fees, and even then, no one wants to rent. Look, this entire market has a rental occupancy rate of less than 10%. Do you know what the situation is like for workers in Shanghai this year? In one residential community in Shanghai, out of about 120 households, 56 are either unemployed or without stable work. The actual unemployment rate far exceeds the official figure of 4.2%. Just picture it. Empty office buildings, lifeless shopping malls, even graduates from top 985 universities working as rideshare drivers. It's no longer surprising to see software engineers from major tech firms delivering food. In 2025, most unemployed people don't even receive unemployment benefits. Is returning to the countryside really the only ending for those who came to drift in cities like Beijing or Shanghai? This afternoon, during my lunch break, I went for a walk and saw several construction workers lying down to rest right on the roadside. My heart sank, and tears just started falling. These rural migrant workers have worked incredibly hard, pouring sweat and effort into building and developing this city. We should respect their labor, be grateful for their sacrifices, and hope that the authorities can provide them with the fair treatment and support they deserve. A local middle-class resident of Shanghai submitted a piece to a foreign media outlet sharing, "In recent years, along with the downturn of China's economy, my company first cut year-end bonuses, then stopped giving raises, and eventually reduced salaries. By 2025, my monthly income is already 40% lower than it was 9 years ago. The middle-class dream I once had has completely shattered. Now, even putting food on the table has become a challenge." I gritted my teeth and left Lujiazui, moving into a dilapidated apartment in Minhang. Every day I squeeze into the subway to get to work, pinching every penny, yet it's still not enough to make ends meet. I used to think I was one of the lucky ones, but now even just living feels devoid of dignity. What I'm experiencing is only the tip of the iceberg for ordinary people in Shanghai. Looking at the bigger picture, too many people in this city have fallen from the clouds into the abyss. Some netizens have said that the collapse of Shanghai is not just about economic decline, it's the collapse of hope. And what's the root of all this? It's not the pandemic, nor the worsening international climate. It's the top-down authoritarian system of this country that has long strangled every last breath of vitality. Is it really this hard to find a decent job in Shanghai? I've been here for 3 days, interviewed at 12 places, and every single one was for a sales position. Literally, all of them. Are other industries not hiring? Or is it just that the sales sector is short-staffed? But this is Shanghai, the #1 city in the country. If even we are struggling to find work, what will happen come June, when over 10 million college graduates enter the job market? This year is brutal. Stop pushing yourself. That dream 9-to-5 job with a 10,000 yuan salary is no longer realistic. Many haven't found work since Lunar New Year. The job market is flooded, even in Shanghai. Layoffs are everywhere, and whether you're blue-collar or highly educated, no one's hiring. The hard times are just beginning. Some laid-off workers now deliver food or work as cashiers. Others still rely on their parents to get by. One Shanghai netizen said over 70% of Fudan graduates couldn't find jobs in their field. Those who did mostly earned just 5,000 to 6,000 yuan, barely enough to rent in Shanghai. Many ended up as ride-hailing or food delivery drivers, trading years of education for exhaustion. Another netizen shared, his friend, a master's graduate from Fudan who used to work as a product manager at a unicorn company, is now riding an e-bike to deliver food. He works 14 hours a day and earns less than 6,000 yuan a month, barely enough for rent. He has to squeeze into a cramped shared apartment with 5 other people, a room filled with the smell of sweat and despair. Stories like these are not only widespread in Shanghai, but are also surfacing across China's major first-tier cities. Have you noticed how low consumption has become in Zhengzhou? Flights now cost under 10 yuan but still don't sell, high-speed trains are nearly empty, and Zhenghongcheng Mall offers 10 yuan meal boxes with meat and vegetables. It's hard to believe the economy has declined this much. I suspect up to 60% of business owners won't survive 2025. Just look at reality. Crowds at Hangzhou stations are heading back to the countryside, unable to find work. In the past, 5 people shared 10 bowls of rice. Now 10 share 2, someone will go hungry. Woolen Commercial Street is full of lease transfer signs, and few shops are making money. Consumption will only keep shrinking. Brothers, Guangzhou can't hold out anymore. I have to leave Guangdong. It's just too hard to survive here. I'm at Guangzhou railway station now, about to leave. I can't hang on anymore. Highs. It's over. Zhejiang is completely extinguished. One closure after another, everything really is shutting down. US hits Huawei's Ascend chips, Malaysia backs off AI partnership. In a dramatic U-turn, Malaysia's Ministry of Trade declared on Wednesday, May 21st, that it has no involvement whatsoever in any AI projects tied to Huawei and local firms, directly contradicting earlier reports. On Monday, Malaysian media claimed that Skyvast Corporation planned to deploy Huawei's powerful Ascend chips for a local AI rollout, but the ministry quickly moved to distance itself. We emphasize that this project is not government-backed, coordinated, or part of any national tech initiative or bilateral agreement, the statement read. Adding fuel to the fire, Bloomberg reported that Malaysia's Deputy Digital Communications Minister, Chong Nien Kwan, had earlier announced Malaysia would lead a rollout of Huawei's Ascend GPU-powered AI servers across the country. According to his prepared speech obtained by Bloomberg, Malaysia intended to deploy 3,000 Huawei AI systems by 2026. He also revealed that Chinese startup DeepSeek would contribute one of its cutting-edge AI models to the project. Reacting to the news, US AI and crypto director David Sachs posted on X, "As I warned, the full Chinese AI stack has landed." He hailed the Trump administration's recent reversal of Biden-era chip restrictions to Malaysia as just in time. Following the backlash, Teo's office issued a quiet retraction of her Huawei-related comments, offering no explanation. Earlier, the U.S. Commerce Department warned that use of Huawei's Ascend chips anywhere in the world would breach export laws. That sentence was later deleted from official guidance, now replaced with a broad warning about the risks of using advanced Chinese chips, Huawei's included. Sachs is now pushing a global counteroffensive, promoting U.S. AI hardware and calling for security fences to stop Chinese tech from entering data centers across Southeast Asia and the Middle East. Meanwhile, the Trump team is cracking down on gray market NVIDIA chip sales to China via third countries, specifically naming Malaysia as a hotspot of concern. Huawei told Reuters it has sold 0 Ascend chips in Malaysia, and the Malaysian government has made no such purchases. Malaysia's trade ministry stressed it will continue to follow all export laws and global security protocols. Skyvast has yet to respond to media requests for comment.